Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskritya.
Narayanam Namaskritya.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasim.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Tato Jayamudiriye.
Tato Jayamudiriye.
Nasta Prayeshu Bhadreshu.
Nasta Prayeshu Bhadreshu.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Bhagavati Tamashloke.
Bhagavati Tamashloke.
Bhaktir Bhagavati Naichdiki.
Bhaktir Bhagavati Naishtaki.
Hare Krishna. So everybody can come forward a little bit. You're keeping a nice aisleway for my exit. It's needed? Not so huh? Fancy? It's not needed, I don't think. Okay. So, you can hear? It's not coming, no? It's not. It's not needed, is it? I'm not loud enough? That means you have to come closer then. Hare Krishna, man.
Hare Krishna.
So welcome to today's Kartik celebration today. It's also a session of great prayer for our dear friend, His Grace Ramakrishna Prabhu, who, as we all know, is preparing for his journey back home. And it is by the sincere prayer of devotees that one can invoke great auspiciousness on one's journey back home. Already his journey has been very, very auspicious. And but we are gathered here to pray by having nice Krishna Katha. We had nice Kirtan just now. We'll have Japa session in his memory and also offering lamp so that we can wish him a very safe journey home and relish this very sweet pastime of Lord Damodar. So how many are hearing Lord Damodar pastime for the first time? Okay, good number of you. And how many are hearing it for at least fifth time or more? Most of you? Many of you? Well, that makes it difficult. So, well, the beauty of spiritual life is that we can hear the same thing over and over again, but each time it's sweeter and sweeter. Because as time passes, Krishna's pastimes become more and more relishable, not less and less. Like anything in the material world, every time we hear the same thing over and over again, it gets less and less desirable. But Krishna's pastimes are the opposite. That the more we hear, the more we actually relish. And that is the nature of spiritual world. So we will relish together this pastime. So we'll read from 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 9, text number 19. Title of the chapter, Mother Yashoda binds Lord Krishna. I was reading, this is a very nice purport by Srila Prabhupada that I thought would be a great way. It's a little bit long, but a good way and a great way to kick off tonight's discussion. I'll just chant the verse. Evam sandarshita hinga harina britta vashyata swavasre savashena pi krishnena yashedam seshvaram vashe. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. O Maharaj Parikshit, this entire universe with its great exalted demigods like Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, and Lord Indra is under control of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yet, the Supreme Lord has one transcendental attribute. He comes under the control of his devotees. This was now exhibited by Krishna in this pastime. Purport. Try to hear this purport attentively. It's a little bit long, but just try to hear because this will lay the foundation for today's discussion. This pastime of Krishna's is very difficult to understand, but devotees can understand it. So you all can understand it. It is said, Darshyam stad vidam loka atmano bhaktya vasyatam. The Lord displays the transcendental attribute of coming under the control of his devotees. By his plenary portion as Paramatma, the Lord controls innumerable universes with all their demigods, yet he agrees to be controlled by a devotee. In the Upanishads, it is said that the Supreme Personality of Godhead can run with more speed than the mind. But here, we see that although Krishna wanted to avoid being arrested by his mother, he was finally defeated, and Mother Yashoda captured him. Lakshmi Sahasra Sambhamana Sevyamanam. Krishna is served by hundreds and thousands of goddesses of fortune. Nonetheless, he steals butter, like one who is poverty-stricken. Yamaraj, the controller of all living entities, fears the order of Krishna. Yet Krishna is afraid of his mother's stick. These contradictions cannot be understood by one who is not a devotee. But a devotee can understand how powerful is unalloyed devotional service to Krishna. It is so powerful that Krishna can be controlled by an unalloyed devotee. This Britya Vashyata does not mean that he is under the control of the servant. Rather, he is under the control of the servant's pure love. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that Krishna became the chariot driver of Arjuna. Arjuna ordered him, Senyor Ubayor Madhye Ratham Stapyaya Me Achyuta. My dear Krishna, you have agreed to be my charioteer and to execute my orders. Place my chariot between the two armies of soldiers. Krishna immediately executed this order, and therefore one may argue Krishna is also not independent. But this is one's ajnana, ignorance. Krishna is always fully independent. When he becomes subordinate to his devotee, this is a display of his ananda chinmaya ras, the humor of transcendental qualities that increases transcendental pleasure. Everyone worships Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and therefore he sometimes desires to be controlled by someone else. Such a controller can be no one else but a pure devotee. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Darati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitam Shak Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Prapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyascha Krupa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachayane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, what did you think of that purport? Srila Prabhupada is describing the many seemingly contradictions in this pastime. How that the great yogis try to get and chase after Krishna, but after thousands of years of austerity, recitation of mantras, intense tapasya, they're not even able to catch the toe of Krishna. Because Krishna is faster than the mind. How fast is the mind? I think I'm in India. Anybody would like to board that plane? No jet lag, no tiredness, no annoying passengers on either side. Just think. But that is how fast Krishna is. Yet, he is caught by Mother Yashoda, running in a sari. Fear himself, Yamaraj, is fearful of Krishna. But Krishna is fearful of Mother Yashoda. Krishna is served by thousands and thousands and millions of Lakshmi Devis, the goddesses of fortune. Yet he's stealing butter? Like a poverty-stricken boy, Prabhupada writes. Very sweet description. Krishna is the Ishvara Parama Krishna, the supreme controller. But this supreme controller becomes controlled by the love of his pure devotee. This is the power of bhakti. Bhakti is so powerful that this pure devotion, Krishna surrenders himself. Of course, Krishna is not forced to do anything, but he enjoys being controlled by his devotees. And so this Dhamma Bandhana pastime, the binding of Lord Krishna, is extremely potent to instruct us on the amazing qualities of pure devotional service and to inspire us to take very sincerely to the path of devotional service. Krishna has these 4 unique qualities that no one else has, that he uniquely possesses. And one of those 4 unique qualities is his pastimes, his Leela Madhuri. This inconceivable sweet pastimes. And this pastime is one of Krishna's most famous pastimes. But if we don't understand this pastime from the vision of the pure devotee, we are guaranteed to be bewildered by this pastime. We'll not be able to make sense of how Krishna is crying, how Krishna is running in fear, how Mother Yashoda is chastising Krishna. Think, great personalities, Lord Shiva, Brahmaji, they're constantly glorifying Krishna. And Mother Yashoda is chasing after Krishna, calling him a monkey lover. But that is of utmost pleasing to Krishna. So these things, if we try to understand from our own vision, will be bewildered. So how to understand this pastime? Srila Prabhupada writes that this pastime can be very difficult to understand. So how we'll understand it? By and through the vision of our acharyas. So this pastime has been commented upon by our acharyas extensively. So we'll discuss commentaries from Srila Prabhupada in the purports to this 9th chapter. We'll discuss some commentary from Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur. We'll discuss commentary from Jiva Goswami, from the Gopala Champu. And hear from them only how to relish this beautiful Lord Damodar pastime. So, we are ready? Who wants to go to Vrindavan? All of us? Heavy rain clouds, storms are here, right? But going to Vrindavan means to be there in consciousness. So by just closing our eyes and imagining the beautiful land of Gokul, sitting on the banks of the Yamuna, the beautiful scents flowing through the air, wonderful sounds of beautiful birds chirping, bees buzzing. And in Gokul, this beautiful palace of Nanda Maharaj, a courtyard full of beautiful trees, a shed full of most spectacular cows, and a beautiful palace where Krishna is sleeping very quietly and sweetly on his bed. This is Vrindavan, land of absolute, unending beauty and charm, captivating all of the senses. So this pastime that we'll discuss, it takes place on the day of Deepavali. The day before Govardhan Puja. But this pastime took place before Govardhan Puja took place. So, Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur comments that Krishna stayed in Gokul for 3 years and 4 months. And after 3 years and 4 months, he moved to across the Yamuna. They were thinking too many demons are coming. So let us go across Yamuna to Chatikar. And there they stayed for 3 years and 4 months. And then they moved to Dig, to Kamyaman, and ultimately to Nandagram. So we know because this pastime is taking place in Gokul, that Krishna was before the age of 3 years and 4 months. So he was a young boy. And on this day of Deepavali, all the maidservants in the house were busy preparing for the next day's Indra Puja. That was the annual tradition of the cowherd men of Gokul, that on the day after Deepavali, they would worship Lord Indra. Of course, which we'll be celebrating here in a few days, Govardhan Puja, and how Krishna upended that plan by his very sweet pastimes. So today, Mother Yashoda felt special happiness because today she said, I will personally churn the butter for my Krishna. So she got up extra early. We know mothers, they know once child wakes up, chaos ensues. So better we get the work done before child wakes up, right? Mothers are saying yes. Yeah. So Mother Yashoda woke up early and said, let me get to the thing. And she thought, my Kana, he's constantly stealing butter. It's embarrassing. As if I don't have nice butter in my house. My Nanda Maharaj has 900,000 cows. Where's the shortage of butter? Let me churn a very special butter for my beloved Kana. That way he won't be tempted to steal butter. She's also thinking, if I make the butter and I offer to Lord Narayan, then my beloved child will get the blessings of Lord Narayan. Obviously, Mother Yashoda doesn't even know that her own Krishna is the source of Narayan. She's feeding Narayan directly. But out of her love, she is thinking, let me offer this butter first to Lord Narayan. So for this reason, she goes into the bedroom of Krishna. And Krishna is very peacefully sleeping. And chubby cheeks, curly hair, just looking so cute on his bed, big fat limbs. And she's quietly saying, okay. He's asleep. She just pets his head a little bit, put him deeper into sleep. Mother's touch is like very soothing. And Krishna goes into even deeper slumber. And she says, okay, now I can go and do my work. So she goes a little bit far away. Because, mothers are loud in the kitchen. I don't know in your house, but when I was trying to sleep as a child, boy, they can take every pan and make a whole kartal set. So Mother Yashoda, let me go a little bit distance into the courtyard where I'll churn the butter so that Krishna would not wake up. So she sits down, has the churning rod and the ropes, but then she's really pained in separation from Krishna. My Krishna is so far away. It's just around the corner. But that was too much for her. She's missing seeing his beautiful red-colored lips, hearing his sweet voice, squeaky voice, watching his, faltering steps as she comes running. So like this, she's thinking, oh no, I'm too far. So she starts to churn the butter and she starts to sing beautiful poetry. She's just composing poetry about all of Krishna's different pastimes. And in this way, by remembering Krishna, she is with Krishna. There is no difference. Just she is remembering how Putana came, how Trinarvata came, and we're thinking, wow, she's thinking all these demons have come. But these pastimes are also equally sweet. Krishna is absolute. Everything he does is sweet. So she is just meditating. And she is churning. And the bangles on her wrists are making the perfect sounds of ching, 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 like the kartals. And the churning rod in the pot is making the deep sounds of the mridanga. So she has full musical accompaniment. And she is just churning the butter. There's no Vitamixes in that stuff. This is real butter churning with mother's love. And so she is churning and just singing and meditating. This is actually, right in the beginning, the perfection of devotional service. Devotional service means to engage everything, our body, our mind, our senses, in the service of Krishna. Everything Mother Yashoda had, she was giving to Krishna. So like this, she is singing Krishna's pastimes. And of course, when someone with such exalted and deep love for Krishna is singing, of course, Who's going to come? Krishna. When we call Krishna, He comes. How do we call Krishna? What's His phone number? Anybody has His phone number? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hello? Krishna comes and starts dancing on our tongue. He is dancing, not standing. Dancing on our tongue. But because our vision is still not perfect, we don't see. But Mother Yashoda is just seeing Krishna through her meditation. And Krishna awakens. And as soon as he awakens, something strange happened. Mother Yashoda wasn't there. Huh? Where's Maya? Every day Krishna would wake up, and as soon as his eyes opened, the first person he would see would be Maya. Maya Yashoda. And today, what? Where she is gone? She doesn't care about me? How she could leave me? He does a stretch and then says, I'll get my mother. She doesn't remember me? He kicks his feet all over the side of the bed and climbs down and gets himself stable. And then he starts walking, kind of, not so swiftly. And says, I'll get my mother. I am hungry. Where's mother to feed me? Now wait a minute. How Krishna can be hungry? He is Atmarama. He's fully self-satisfied. He doesn't have material machinery like we. When our belly is empty, it gets hungry. But Krishna is spiritual. And any desire he has immediately is fulfilled. So how he could be hungry? It's not possible, is it? This is just some generous description. He is hungry for milk, yogurt, butter. He is hungry for Mother Yashoda's love. So he goes and hears the grinding mortar and follows a sign and sees, she went to go do household duties before taking care of her most important duty, me? I'll show her. And he goes and he grabs the churning rod and it stops. He's like, oh. Even he was surprised. I could stop the churning rod. Wow. Pretty good. Nice muscles. Mother Yashoda smiles. Before Mother Yashoda could even bring him onto her lap, he jumps on her lap. He said, that's my rightful position. Nobody has to invite me to sit on Maya's lap. So he jumps onto the lap of Maya Yashoda. And at this point, Mother Yashoda is just in ecstasy. So much love. And she is starting to drip milk. And Krishna is so anxious to drink Mother Yashoda's milk. So much happiness. So, Mother Yashoda says, let me feed my child. He's become hungry. And so Krishna begins to drink Mother Yashoda's milk. Now, as Krishna is drinking milk and enjoying, Mother Yashoda's milk is flowing more and more. And as more and more milk is flowing, Krishna is trying to drink more and more. And this transcendental competition is taking place. Krishna's stomach is ever expanding. Because he wants more and more. And Mother Yashoda's happiness seeing her beautiful Krishna lying in her lap, taking her milk, her happiness and love for Krishna is expanding. And so her milk keeps flowing. And Mother Yashoda's milk is competing with the capacity of Krishna's stomach. Who's going to win? And this is going on and on and on. And this endless supply of milk is being drunk by the endless love of Krishna for Maya Yashoda. And so this competition is taking place. And at this time, there is some milk that Maya Yashoda was boiling on the stove. And at this point, in the middle of feeding, the milk started to overheat and spill over the pot. And Maya said, oh, I have to attend to the pot. So she's stuck. What to do? She is enjoying feeding Krishna. Krishna is enjoying. But this milk is overflowing. Nobody is in the house. So she says, okay. And she puts Krishna down. Krishna, I'll be right back. I promise. I'll be right back. And she goes and runs to the stove. But just as she reaches the stove, the milk stopped overflowing. What happened? She didn't take it off the heat, but the milk stopped overflowing. So Acharya's comment that in the spiritual world, everything has consciousness. Everything is alive. There's nothing inanimate. Right? This case is inanimate. But in the spiritual world, everything has consciousness. And so the milk was not overflowing due to heat or excess heat. The milk was overflowing because it saw that, hey, Krishna is drinking the milk of Maya Yashoda. And he is enjoying this milk so much. And that Maya Yashoda has so much love for Krishna that she has no end of her supply. So if this is the case, then how we will ever be used in Krishna's service? Krishna will never enjoy us. So if I don't have the opportunity to serve Krishna, to be used by Krishna, then better I end my life. And so in that mood, the milk was jumping out of the pot into the fire. This is the mood of a devotee. Not jumping into fire. That one understands that we as Mamai Vamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatanaha. Why we were created? For one reason. Everybody ready for their ego to be smashed? We were created for one reason. To be enjoyed by Krishna. Shall I say it again? To be enjoyed by Krishna, our Supreme Father. That is the purpose of our existence. And why we have found so much discontent in our journey of life? Because we have forgotten this very simple fact. That is our existence. But Krishna has only one purpose for creating all of us. Why? To give us happiness. He loves to give. So devotee gives themselves fully to Krishna, and Krishna fully gives himself to his devotees. And this pastime, as we get through it, we'll see in more and more clear ways. So the milk is saying that if I cannot be used by Krishna, better we end our life. But then why it stopped overflowing? Mother Yashoda did not turn off the heat. Why it stopped overflowing? This is a very important point in how we execute our bhakti in a practical way. When the milk saw that Mother Yashoda had put Krishna down to come to attend to the milk realized, oh boy, we made a big mistake. Because of their jumping into the fire, they interrupted the loving exchange between Krishna and Mother Yashoda. And the milk was thinking, oh, that is a mistake. A devotee is never eager to be first in line to serve Krishna. A devotee has only one desire. What will make Krishna happy? When we are rolling chapatis for Krishna and somebody comes into the kitchen who makes better chapatis, what do? Hey, this is my service, my Rajbhog. What should we do? Oh, can I assist you? Can I help you? You know how to make better? Because our desire should not be, I want to make for Krishna. Our desire should be, what will please Krishna most? So the milk is thinking, I wanted to be enjoyed by Krishna, but in doing so, I became selfish and interrupted the loving exchange between Maya, Yashoda and Krishna. So we should do our service in this same mood. Not thinking what I want to do, but what will please Krishna most. And so the milk repented by going back into the pot. But by this time, the so-called damage was done, as we'll see. Srila Prabhupada tells one story in this relation about the milk jumping into the fire and not, right? So he says everything has consciousness. I think I've told this many times, but it's still sweet. So when Mother Yashoda is cooking rice, how does she know the rice is done? You just squeeze, right? You know it's done? That's for all of us like people. When Mother Yashoda is in the courtyard, she'll say, Rice, are you done yet? And Rice will say, no, 1 more minute. Okay, let me know when. This is how cooking happens in the spiritual world. Everything is animate. Everything is animate. So the milk thinking this way is nothing unusual. So when Mother Yashoda went to take care of the milk, this is the epicenter of this pastime. Mother Yashoda getting the milk. So what does Yashoda mean? Yashoda means? What is Yash?
Glory.
Fame. Giver of fame. Wait. Krishna is Bhagavan. 6 opulences. Full. Fame, intelligence, beauty, strength, renunciation. Right? So how Mother Yashoda can give fame to Sri Bhagavan, who is a possessor of all fame? Because by this pastime, she shows that how famously Krishna is controlled by the love of his devotees. And Mother Yashoda increased the unlimited fame of the Supreme Lord. Because when Mother Yashoda left, Krishna became angry. Now this is very interesting. What anger comes from? Unfulfilled lust. Right? Kama esha krodha esha. Unfulfilled lust leads to anger. What lust Krishna can have? And what unfulfilled desire Krishna can have. As soon as he desires something, it manifests. That's called Ishvara Parama, Supreme Controller. He doesn't have to wait for mango season to get a mango from the mango tree. It comes when he wants. And he doesn't have to go to it, it just comes. So then, how Krishna could get angry? And he was crying. He was crying. And it says that these are false tears. But Jiva Goswami says these are not false tears. Why they would be false tears? False tears happens like when our beautiful Sunday school kids, they do a drama. Right? They get on stage and they do some drama and tears come. Why the tears are coming? Because there's an audience. Right? But when Krishna was at the butter churning pot, who was the audience? Nobody. Nobody was there. So who is showing the tears to? Who is showing the anger to? But this is the depth of Maya Yashoda's love. That by her pure devotion, she's able to invoke these moods from Krishna that nobody else can invoke. This Rasa, Krishna also enjoys this feeling of being agitated and then satisfied. He enjoys that. But who can agitate him? Only his devotees. For example, Mushtika and Chanura, right? The two wrestlers that Kamsa sent to wrestle with Krishna. They're beating Krishna, punching, and he is feeling, nice deep tissue massage. More, 90 minutes, not 60 minutes. More. He's enjoying. That is bhakti. Pleasing Krishna, right? No. Krishna is receiving happiness, but that was not the intent of Mushtika and Chanura. They were trying to defeat Krishna. On the other hand, Maya Yashoda, going to save the milk, made Krishna angry and cry. But that is bhakti? Yes. Why? Our Acharya's comment that isn't it a mistake by Mother Yashoda? Why she would care for one small pot of milk if Nanda Baba has 900,000 cows? What's the worry? She had Krishna, the Supreme Lord. Many reasons are given. I'll share two of them. One, this milk was very special milk. Of the 900,000 cows, there was a special breed of cows that only Maya Yashoda was caring for. And these breed were fed this very special potent grass. And Maya Yashoda would personally milk these cows. And from that milk only, Krishna would eat. So she was thinking, if that milk is wasted, then what Krishna will eat? So she is taking a higher principle for a lesser principle. Also, our Acharya's comment that Mother Yashoda is playing Vatsalya Bhav. And Krishna is a little spoiled. He is not taking things so seriously. Breaking pots in people's houses, letting the calves out to feed too early, pinching babies while they're sleeping. So she said, I have to teach him value of things. So if I let this milk go, not considering it, how he'll learn the value of our real wealth. Our wealth is Go Seva. So for this purpose, Mother Yashoda's intent was to serve Krishna. So it says that Krishna is Bhava Grahi Janardana. That he accepts the consciousness of our seva, not the seva. Remember, Mushtika's punching and giving Krishna a massage. But the intent was not anukulyena. It was not a favorable intent. So when we do our devotional service, more important than the ratio of atta to water to oil is the mixture of our love. What is the mood? Krishna accepts the bhav, the mood in our service. Nothing else. Because he doesn't need the chapati. He doesn't need us to do anything. But what he longs for, what he is hungry for, is our bhav, our mood. So Krishna, the mood of service is so essential. And Mother Yashoda's mood of service made this the right action. But it made Krishna angry, which is also a rasa Mother Yashoda is invoking in Krishna. So what Krishna did when he became angry? He bites his lower lip, becomes upset. And like boys, when they don't get what they want, they make trouble. Right? These girls don't make trouble, right? Only boys do, right? Boys in the back are saying no. So Krishna, what he did, he took one stone and he wanted to break the pot. But he was very clever. Because he knows, I have to break the pot. Like, you know, if you have a pot, right? And if you hit it where the contents are, it's a dull sound. If you hit the pot where there's no contents, ding! So he went to the bottom of the pot and tuck. And while he's doing, he's holding his bangles. Because Maya Yashoda will hear, right? Mothers have ears everywhere and eyes everywhere. So he was very careful. And from the bottom he tuck, broke the pot, and all the almost made butter poured out. And then Krishna said, uh-oh. Now I really messed up. Better flee the scene of the crime and run. So he runs. And he goes to one storeroom and opens the storeroom. And there's one grinding mortar that's turned upside down. They store the grinding mortar upside down so the crows don't go in. So he sits up on top of the grinding mortar and he sees, nice butter. And he starts eating butter. Now you might wonder, why this boy just broke a pot of fresh butter to eat 1-2-day-old butter. Krishna is thinking, oh, Maya Yashoda wanted to go save a pot of milk? Okay, I'll get back at her. I'm going to eat old butter, then I'll get sick. Then Nanda Baba and Maya Yashoda will have to take me to Mathura and spend lots of money with a doctor to heal me. So I'll get back at them. So he's enjoying eating old butter. Then the monkeys come. And he's feeding all the monkeys. And they are all enjoying. So by this time, Mother Yashoda comes back to the scene of the crimes. What happened? All the butter is spilled. And she's observing carefully that this pot was broken perfectly at the bottom. It says, and this naughty boy is not here. It must be him. So she starts to look around where he went. And then she sees that as Krishna is running away, his one foot stepped in some of the butter. Not a good sign. Because what happened? He made a trail, footprint trail, to the storeroom. So now Mother Yashoda says, oh, he's there. But she knows. He'll be very attentive. So she's also walking very slowly, making sure her bangles are making no noise, her jewelry, nothing is making any noise. And she very quietly goes to the storeroom. And there she looks inside. And all of a sudden, all the monkeys run. And Krishna's facing this way. Krishna's like, uh-oh. Must be Maya. Why the monkeys ran? So he just turns around and and he said, oh. But he noted something. Mother Yashoda had a stick. Never before has mother ever carried a stick. And now this has gotten to a serious business level. It's time to be serious, Krishna. Now time to tie your dhoti up, get ready, because we have work to do. So he's planning his escape. And he takes off running. And Mother Yashoda has taken no time to negotiate. No arbitration needed. And so he just starts running. But he's thinking, well, Maya has a stick. If I run to the main gate, she won't beat me in front of public because many people will be walking down the street. She won't beat me there. If I run inside, then I'm in trouble. So he takes off and starts running. And Mother Yashoda is chasing after Krishna. And she's really getting him. Oh, you thief! You hot-tempered boy! You monkey lover! He's really chastising. And the malati flowers on Maya Yashoda's head are observing this, saying, what is happening? This Krishna, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who again, great yogis are trying to catch and have no scope because he's faster than the mind. Yamaraj himself, the personification of fear, is fearful of the next order Krishna is giving, and this same Krishna is running from Mother Yashoda. What are we doing on our head? We should be at her lotus feet. And so they fall from her braid and fall at her feet. Again, we think running, oh, flowers are falling. No. Everything is animated. And so Mother Yashoda is chasing Krishna. Krishna is running and running. And he's really worried what's happening now. And he thinks he had made some distance between him and Mother. And so he just turns around and Maya Yashoda grabbed his right hand. And he looks up at Maya, tries to give cute smile. No effect. No charm was working this time. Just me. Not working. So then he went to plan B. He said, better I make some tears. So with his left hand, he started really rubbing his eyes. And tears are flowing. But again, something strange happened. Every time Krishna would cry, Maya Yashoda would take her sari and wipe his tears. This time, just stick. Stick in left hand, Krishna in right hand. And then he starts really rubbing, thinking, now I better, bring on extra show. Nothing is relenting. Mother Yashoda is really getting angry and chastising Krishna. Then she raises the stick. Then Krishna begins to tremble. His lips are quivering. He becomes fearful. Think, big demons have come. Putana, evil witch. When her body was slain, the whole landscape of Vraj changed. A new mountain had come. She was so gigantic. Trunarvata took all high into the sky. And Krishna's just laughing and playing. Yet Maya Yashoda is making Krishna tremble in fear. This is the love that only Krishna's devotee can bring out in Krishna. No demon can bring fear into Krishna. Only the love of his devotee. And so, Mother Yashoda sees that Krishna is now becoming a little bit startled. She says, enough is enough. So she puts the stick down. Then she begins to chastise Krishna. How you broke the pot? He said, I didn't break the pot. Maya, when you went to go get to the pot, your bangle hit it and it broke. Hey, don't tell lies. Maya, it was not me. It was not me. Then who did it? It was the Supreme Lord's stick that broke the pot. Oh yeah? And who's feeding the monkeys? He who created the monkeys. Is he lying? No? He's telling the truth. But she's thinking, my Narayana, I have to offer makhan just to give to Krishna. So she's saying, hey, don't speak this nonsense. You tell the truth. Here, Krishna goes silent. And he is awaiting judgment. Krishna is the render of all judgment. He sanctions each and every one of our actions. He is the equal judge for every one of our actions. But here, he is waiting for judgment from Maya Yashoda. So Maya Yashoda says, what to do? This boy, if I let him go, he'll get into more trouble. So better I bind him to the mortar. Now our acharyas comment again that when Maya Yashoda was chasing him, Maya Yashoda called him many names. One of them was monkey lover. And when Maya Yashoda calls him monkey lover, Krishna says, oh yeah? Then I'll run to the forest and be with the monkeys. And Maya Yashoda says, oh. So she thought, this boy, boys, they say something, exact, they'll go do it. So if I let him go, he'll run to the forest. Because I called him hot-tempered and monkey lover, king of thieves. So better I bind him to protect him. So her desire to bind Krishna was not out of punishment, but to protect him, because she had to attend to the rest of household duties and everybody was gone. So she gets the rope that she was using to churn the butter. And she was trying to bind Krishna to the mortar. Now, she is bringing around the ropes, but it is too short. It is just a little bit short, 2 inches short. So she goes and gets another piece of rope, ties it onto the end, and 2 inches short. So at this point, Krishna starts doing some drama, more drama. He starts crying and calling, oh Mother Rohini, oh Balaram. Mother Rohini and Balaram had gone to Upananda's house on this day. So they were gone, and he knew. He said, if Mother Rohini was here, it would not progress to this level. So he is crying and crying and crying. I have to check the time. And so by this time then, Mother Yashoda is trying to bind, and all the elderly gopis come to the gate. This is happening right in the gate, right outside the gate in the courtyard. And they are looking and saying, oh, what is this Kana done today? Mother Yashoda is trying to bind him. Every time we file a complaint about this Krishna, she says, oh, don't accuse my Krishna of stealing butter. I have so much butter. He doesn't come and steal your butter. Don't make up things. So every time, they would file some complaints, Krishna would make fools of them. One time, one gopi had caught Krishna red-handed stealing butter. hand in the pot. So she grabbed the hand of Krishna and is dragging him to Mother Yashoda's house. And now your mother will finally believe me. And he's dragging and she's dragging and dragging. Knocks on the door of Mother Yashoda. Yeah? Says, I caught your Krishna now red-handed taking money. What do you mean you caught my Krishna? He's inside having his lunch. She opens the door and the gopi, what? And she looks at her, and it's her own son. So what happened? And Krishna has switched. And she starts laughing. I got fooled again. Then she puts her son on her shoulder and is walking home. And then after they left the site of Nanda Baba's house, tuck tuck. And Gopi looks up. And Krishna's sitting on her shoulder. So like this, Krishna would always make fun with all the other gopis. So this time they were excited. Oh, now Mother Yashoda knows how naughty her little Kana is. So they are enjoying watching, and they're saying, yo, you cannot tie his little belly. You don't have enough ropes. What do you mean I don't have enough ropes? How big is he? Nanda Baba has 900,000 cows. How much rope we have in this house? So she's tying more ropes and more ropes. And every time she's bringing around his belly, 2 inches short. More ropes, and hours are now passing. She is perspiring. Her hair is becoming disheveled. Her sari is becoming loose. Nothing is, but she is determined. Now is understand how to tie Krishna. Says his abdomen represents the whole universe. How much rope you need to put a rope around the universe. So we may see this, but no. Mother Yashoda said, no, I will measure his belly today, his waist. And she kept going. Finally, seeing Mother Yashoda struggling so hard and so determined, then Krishna relents and allows himself to be tied. And Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur comments that this rope being 2 inches short is very instructive for us. To accomplish anything in devotional service, 2 things are needed. You need both. 1, your determination. And the second, Krishna's mercy. Our own determination alone cannot make anything happen. But if we say, oh, when Krishna's mercy comes, then I'll do. We have to put forth our effort. Prabhupada gives the example that when if the farmer waits for the rains, but doesn't cultivate the field, nothing will grow. But if the farmer cultivates the field and rains don't come, nothing will grow. So both are needed. Our effort and Krishna's mercy. When we say, oh, when will you start chanting? When will you start, taking service in the temple? When will you take Srimad Bhagavatam? When will you take initiation? Oh, when Krishna wants. Actually, when we say that, we are unintentionally making an offense. Why? If somebody came to you and said, when will you love your child? Will you take that nicely? You'd be offended, right? What do you mean? I always love my child. Krishna is always showering mercy upon us, eager for us to come back home to him. So when does he not want us to come and see him in his home? When does he not want us to be connected to him through Guru Parampara? When does he not want us to chant his holy names? He is constantly anxious for us because that is his love. When we say when Krishna wants, we are actually doubting the presence of Krishna's love. But what is missing? Our determination. Our determination must be there. So let us never again say, oh, when Krishna wants, it will happen. No. First, Mother Yashoda was committed to empty the rope of the entire universe, not just Nanda Baba's palace. There was nothing going to stop her because of her love to protect Krishna. So we have to put forth our effort. And when you do, you can even demand mercy from Krishna. That much. But our endeavor must first be there. This is what Mother Yashoda is showing us. So with that endeavor, Krishna agreed to be bound by her love and becomes tied up. Now he's tied up. And what to do? Mother Yashoda left. And he's really yelling out, Balramji! Mother Rohini! Come, help! Help! Finally, Balramji comes. Balramji sees Krishna's tied up. What? Who has tied up Krishna? Don't you know who I am? I am Ananta Shesh. I will burn all of Vraj. Someone dare tie up my Krishna. Who tied him up? Somebody said, psst, psst. It was Maya Yashoda. Oh, oh. And he becomes scared like a mouse and ran away. He would not have anything in front of Maya Yashoda. Then, after a few minutes, he became bold again. You know, boys forget quickly. Right? He became bold. How they can tie up Krishna? Don't you know? He's Narsimha, Vamana, Kurma. And don't you know who I am? Mother Yashoda says, oh, these are, who are you? Says, oh, I am Lakshman, Ananta Shesh, Sankarshana. Oh yeah, all these people came in my house only. Come on, get out of here. And this Krishna, when the thunder comes, he hides under my sari. And he's Narsinghadev. Come on. What do I look? Balaram realizes Maya Yashoda is not relenting. Then he goes to Krishna. I told you so many times, stop your mischief. This is what you get. Good for you. No, save me, brother. Baya, baya. What can I do? This is between you and Maya. I cannot interfere with this. Even my Ananta Shesh is powerless in the presence of Maya Yashoda. No power. 1,000 million hoods, no problem. I can hold universes. But I cannot stand in front of Maya Yashoda. No. This is I told you, stop your mischief. This is what you get. So, Krishna's stuck, bound here. By this time, all the cowherd boys had come. So they're all playing now, and now they're enjoying this pastime of Krishna being bound. So Krishna being bound, he saw that there's two giant Arjun trees are in the courtyard. And there, Nalakuvera and Manigriva were there. Now he is seeing them since birth. But today, being bound himself, he felt extra compassion on them. Understanding what it's like to be bound into this tree condition. So he takes the wooding grinding mortar in between the two trees and boom! The trees fall. And of course, Nalakuvera and Manigriva are released for their offenses that they had performed. So after this pastime, settles in evening, Maya Yashoda is feeling great lamentation, thinking she's feeling guilty. How I lost my cool and I bound Krishna. So Krishna is now adding masala to the story. So Nanda Baba comes. Nanda Baba, I'll only play with you now. Never Maya. What? Who will feed you? Rasgullas and sandesh and butter? Oh, Baba, you'll feed me? Yeah, you'll feed me. I don't need Maya. Who will give you milk? Oh, you can give me milk. You have so many cows. I'll drink the fresh cow milk with sugar. I don't need her milk. Wow. Mother Rohini is like, even me? No. So Mother Yashoda is like completely devastated. She went to her inner chamber. She is not speaking with anybody. She is just in full depression. And Nanda Baba is telling Krishna, okay, let it go now. No, Baba, you are mine, Nandama, you are mine, you are mine. I don't need Maya, I don't need Maya. Of course, Nanda Baba knew. So he says, oh, okay, let's go see Maya. And then let me punish her. So he just like goes like this, and Krishna becomes fearful. No, and he grabs Nanda Baba's hands. Not that he was going to do anything. And then Krishna jumps back into the lap of Mother Yashoda. And Mother Yashoda becomes appeased finally and is kissing and loving her Krishna again. So this is the pastime of Mother Yashoda binding Krishna with her love. This bhakti process is so powerful, so potent, that even the supreme potent, the incomparable Supreme Personality of Godhead becomes bound, not by the strength, but by the bhav, the consciousness, the love of his devotees. Krishna does not become angry at anything, but he enjoys all moods that are brought out from him, from his pure devotees. He is not hungry for our samosas, and I promise prasadam is coming. But he is not hungry for any of that. What is he hungry for? Our love. When we do our service, we remember that pot of milk. Our whole existence is to be in service of Krishna. We have no other purpose but to be enjoyed by Krishna. And when we do, who enjoys more?
Me.
But when we do our service, we should keep only one thing in the center. What will make Krishna happy? Not I, me, my. I, me, my brought us here. In our service, we render in a way where our focus is what will make Krishna happy. And when we do our service in that way, the happiness you feel from your service will be incalculable. Incalculable. But as soon as you enter what I want, it's like putting sand in sweet rice. All the sweet rice, such nice rice, sugar, fresh cow milk, beautiful, we cooked, ruined with just 1 teaspoon of sand. So we have to remove this I, me, my, like that pot of milk, and focus on what will make Krishna happy. And this process of devotional service, it begins in the middle and ends with chanting the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Mother Yashoda is chanting Krishna's names. The cowherd boys are chanting Krishna's names. Balaramji is chanting Krishna's names. This is the process for awakening this love for Krishna. And if we do, then we can serve Krishna in the spiritual world in pastimes like this Dhamma Bandhana pastime. Thank you very much. Lord Damodar